Samoa has been a favorite of absolutely everybody over the years. They're one of the teams that you have to just appreciate when they play rugby. They play it with that passion and love of the game, regardless of the outcome. And they are one of the teams that have been really actually doing fairly well in the World Cups over the years. They missed the 87 edition, but since then, up until 2011, they won two and lost two in the pool games every single year. Since then, it's been a little worse. They won a single game and then they lost three of the others in their pool matches. They were actually up to position seven in the world in 2012, 2013, but now they linger down in position 20. Major issue for them is not that they don't have the talented players, it's that they don't get the chance to really play enough international games. And when they play it against teams that are on their same level and don't really challenge them to take a step up. And it makes it difficult. That's something that was addressed partially by World Rugby leading up to the 2023 World Cup, which on the smaller nations in the year leading up to the tournament got a few more chances to play. And that really did help. But this is a situation that I think is sadly going to repeat itself for the 2027 World Cup. If you just have a look at the squad that they've got and you have a look at their recent performances, there are a few gaps there, and it's honestly not their fault at all. If you look at their squad, they've got a massive amount of players who haven't even gotten to double digits in terms of their international caps. I think they've got 17 players at the moment that sit in that bracket. And with players like Michael Alaalatoa and the captain Theo McFarland, they've got top quality players, and not to mention all of the talented backline players that they've got. They are one of those teams that you just know if they get enough chances to prove themselves and enough chances to play on the big stage, that they would be able to get the results. You can honestly also just look at the teams that they've beaten over the years, and they've picked up some big scalps along the way. They've beaten Australia, they've beaten Ireland, they've beaten Scotland, and they've beaten Italy a couple of times. They've beaten Wales four times, if I'm not mistaken, and in Japan, they have a 12-7 win record against. So, yeah, no, they know how to win when they do get the chance. But in recent times, it's just been difficult. Now, Moana Pacifica is also in dire straits, and it sounds like they might not make it past the 2027 Super Rugby season, which would be exceptionally sad. Hopefully, there can be some interventions by someone somewhere in the globe who would be able to take over that franchise to help support them, but also to just support the national team as a whole. Their issues, I think, more are financial and being able to have the means to travel to respective countries to go and play them in regular tests. Because with that squad, with the limited amount of caps that they have, if they get the chance to play more, they would be able to actually do more. If you look at some of their past legends, Brian Lima and Jack Lamb and 2CPC, those are all legendary players that they've produced over the years. And at the moment, they still have the vast majority of their players either playing for Moana Pacifica, playing in New Zealand somewhere, playing in England, playing in France. So they're playing for top clubs, and they really have the personnel that can deliver, but they do just need more exposure and they need more time together as a team. Interestingly enough, GCPC has been their coach for about a year now, started in 2025, and they've got two other Samoan legends that actually make up their coaching team. Kane Thompson and Census Johnson, and they provide backup on the coaching side. And then they have Ty Livia from New Zealand, who focus on the defensive side. So, with the upcoming World Cup, Samoa are one of the smaller teams, but it would be interesting to just see exactly how they fare when the tournament rolls around and if they are able to get enough personnel exposure and experience leading up to the tournament next year.